What's up, everyone? How you guys doing? And in today's video, we'll be talking about the 5.5 live stream. This is gonna recap of what happens. It's just a very brief recap of the characters, the events, and also the new stuff that are coming with the patch. So let's begin. Okay, so for the very first part, we'll talk about the two new areas. First is the collective of plenty, which is the home tribe of Varesa, who's the new 5-star character, and Iansan as well, who's been with us since the very beginning. And I mean the very beginning because of the Tevet trailer. The second region is the mountain area, which I'll show you right here. But basically, this is a continuation of the world quest that we have done with the little guy, the Cinder City quest, right? The Saurian companion that you adopt at the very beginning of NATLAN. You guys have played the Ochkan NATLAN quest, you will know that this is the natural progression for what's going to come next. It looks absolutely beautiful, and some of the scenery actually looks crazy, especially some of the underground areas. I mean, I'm not gonna say underground areas, but you know, there's some areas that look absolutely crazy, and obviously this is inspired by the Dragons of NATLAN, so some of the tech that you see here is very obvious. So yeah, it's gonna be very cool. I'm not going to show much because some of it is like spoiler territory for those who have not played it but want to get into it. But yeah, just go check it out. And yeah, it's going to be, it looks absolutely crazy in some of the screenshots like over here. All right, we're going to talk about Varesa next. All right, Varesa is the 5-star character coming in this patch. Varesa is going to be an electro catalyst user that plays into the plunging archetype that she's able to enter with just her normal abilities, but also her charged and elemental skill. I'm not going to do too much into the kit, but basically, you know, she runs into the archetype, and when you fill up her Night Soul Blessing, she's also able to get into states that will be able to let her use a special elemental burst that uses like reduced elemental energy cost, right? So yeah, that's gonna be dead for a kid. I don't really go too much into it. Yes, she ground storms with her butt, all right? I know. Okay, that being said, the butt is a deadly weapon, right? Your butt is the strongest muscle. I need to stop talking about butts. Okay, going next to the next character, the Iansan. I know that many people were disappointed that Iansan's only a 4-star, but I think the accessibility of 4-star actually makes it's actually pretty good if you look at her kit. Now, Iansan's gonna be a 4-star catalyst user, not catalyst, sorry, a polearm user. The skill basically closes the gap between you and your enemies, but the burst is the main part of her kit. Think of her as Electro Bennett, where she's able to boost your teammates depending on how much attack. Boost your teammates' attack based on how much her attack is, and also the Night Soul points that she has. Higher she has, the higher the attack boost. And this will tie into to another part of her burst, where depending on how far she travels with the rest of the characters, that means excluding Iansan herself, you will be able to, well, gain Night Soul blessings. And that also ties into a talent because she is able to heal based on the amount of Night Soul points gained. So yeah, it's gonna be very good. Both of them, obviously, they also have exploration quirks. Both of them are able to sprint. They're also able to like go over terrain, just jump over them, and they're also able to run on water and liquid phlogiston as well. Okay, so this kind of re-recorded. I thought to talk about the wishes. For phase 1, we do have Varesa with xianyun, who obviously is a plunge support, so it's gonna be very good for Varesa, I assume. And it also runs with Iansan, so Iansan is gonna be one of the rated out 4-stars in the phase 1 banners. You also get the signature weapon, the Vivid Notions, and for phase 2, we will get xilonen and venti for reruns in the second half. All right, so we'll talk about the events. There's quite a few. The first one to talk about is probably the flagship event, the Tournament of Gloom and Glory in Bloom. Basically, it's just Maoika's excuse of having the tribes fight against each other. But for a special reason, to gather this sacred flames for a sick Saurian, right, as you see right over here. You also get to see Aoife for the first time, by the way, who's mentioned quite a few times in story. But yeah, free Auroron and obviously other rewards as well. Event is split into 2. Basically, the first part is get a split between offensive and defensive, depending on which tribe you're working with. Like in this case, you see over here, you get to see Mualani, so the Peoples of the Springs. And this is offensive where you go and attack other people's bases. And later you see the Collector of Plenty where you're actually defending your own bases. Could have been cool as a PvE thing. But I guess it's also good that it's not, because the whales. Second part, which is the Saurian Treasure Seeker, kind of like right? It's just like 2D puzzles, use the Saurians to travel and collect stuff and like attack Helitrosk. So yeah, it's nothing much. But as mentioned, rewards are there to see. Free all-round is going to be pretty cool for players. Second one is the Quirky Quaking Arena. Just a fun, goofy event with your friends, or you can do co-op with your friends. Basically, it's like collecting coins. You've seen these events before, but you're able to like attack them and like reduce their coins. You're able to use your character's abilities to try to traverse and stuff. So yeah, it's so very similar to the Bamboo Fall Guys event that we've had in Zenless Zone Zero. But obviously not Fall Guys, and obviously the team's a little bit different. But yeah, this could be a good thing. This could actually be cool. Yeah, just a fun time that you can mess around with your friends. The third event, Rhythm Bomb Metzi. I think we've seen this kind of events before. It's basically an elemental reaction pinball game. Depending on the character that you use, you can use the pinballs to like use reactions to do more damage. As you see, Malvika here is doing the overload, so that's gonna be like big boom damage. And the fourth one, the Unlimited Fighting Championship. 5 different bosses that you can attack and get different rewards. Split into 2 parts. The first team that you send in gets buffs for your team, and then the second half, right, the second team that you use will be using those buffs to attack the boss. At extreme difficulty, the enemy has 9,999 bars. Not needed, obviously, but because in order to complete the max, you want to complete the max. You know what? Yeah. You know what? You don't need to do the extreme, but hey, you just need 200. Not 200. Sorry, 900 boss bars. So it's gonna be fun to see people like mauled over this shit. Yeah. You guys think the HP inflation in Star Wars was bad? 9,999 bars, baby. But yeah. Next one, first in Genshin. Actually, I actually didn't know that. I actually just realized that this was the first in Genshin. 2 times artifact drops for 20 resin. 3 per day, as you can see right over here. So click, yeah. There's oh my gosh, it's basically 3 max per day. But you know what? 60 energy for double the rewards. Hey, you know what? I'll take it. But yeah, and it also ties into the new set. We'll talk more about this later. But yeah, new set is gonna be pretty cool. The music thing that you can do in Mondstadt has new soundtracks based on NATLAN, and then if you do IT, Imaginarium Theater, you'll be able to get echoes for both Venti and Daya as well. New TCG cards. Have fun, TCG players. Alright, so for the first of the sets, the finale of the Deep Galleries, basically 2-piece bonus is Cryo. 4-piece works this way where if the equipping character has 0 elemental energy, so I think currently only Malvika has that kind of perk, but I don't think this is going to be for her, obviously, because cryo damage bonus. Basically what happens is that normal attack damage is increased by 60% and elemental burst damage increases by 60%. And if you use your normal attack, the bonus for the burst will end, and then the other way will happen if you use your elemental burst, right? And this can trigger off field. This one happens very fast. Like this is like a split second thing, so it's very hard to get like clear picture. But the Lightkeeper's Pledge is going to be probably Varesa's best in slot. The 2-piece increases plunging attack damage by 25%, and then the 4-piece is that whenever the plunging attacks or the charge attack or elemental skill hits an opponent, you'll gain stacks of this thing called the Radiance Everlasting. So it's 1 for plunging, 2 for charge, and 2 for elemental skill. And basically what this is that increases your plunging attacks by 15% for 6 seconds, max at 5 stacks. Right, for the optimization, we're going to look for this from the mailbag, the developers discussion. Obviously no rally loadouts. I wish they were added, but it's not here. That being said, first one is the one that we know for a while, the Sanctifying Elixirs. For those of you who are unaware, when you craft a piece with the sanctified elixirs, the 2 subsets that you chose will be guaranteed for 2 rolls. So for example, if you chose like crit damage and crit rate for your goblet, that means that the first 2 rolls you'll get will be confirmed for either one of those 2 substats. So it's gonna be helpful a lot for players who are building up like their goblets for characters like Malvika, for example. The second one is a quest tracker, makes it easy to track quests. The third one is, as mentioned, is for the bosses who like are in caves, right? It shows you the entrance, so it's easy to travel to them. Serenity port updates, mill, to be honest, who cares? Controller support, and there's actually one in the live stream that they mentioned that wasn't stated here, but basically it's treasure compass upgrade. It tracks more range. I think that's about it. Like I said, I don't get too much into the kits because I believe that the kits should be its own thing for a separate video. But hope you guys like this video. Hope you guys I know it's a filler patch, right? It is still filler, but I think that the new area, in particular the mountainous, the volcanic region, or the region in the sky, looks absolutely crazy. So I think for someone who likes exploration, I think this is fine. But obviously we still need more quality of life. We need the artifact loadouts like on god. But yeah, and of course, you know, other stuff that shows that the devs do actually care about us, because sometimes it's hard to believe that they do. But that being said, hope you guys do like this recap, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe, be good to yourselves and the people around you. And I do stream live on Twitch, link in the description below. See you guys next video. I'll see you guys when you guys are older, when you guys are safer, you guys are healthier. All right, see y'all. Bye.